What we're dealing with here today is erosion. Now I've had to deal with erosion since I started gardening in this spot. It does have a pretty good grade going left or right to left. And I have got this ground here where the dirt water, excess water, will run out between the rows and down here to the end and run down the end of the garden, rather than just, I've had it in the past to just take across the garden, just wash everything out across the garden. But I've slowly worked this out to where the water will run down the end of the garden to along in here. Battery died, so we got a new battery. Let's see if it works now. But we're talking about erosion, and I've got the water to where it runs pretty good down through here. But down in here, it's starting to spread out across the garden, and it washed up some of the corn plants and so on and so forth. So I'm going to try to get it set up here in a minute and use the middle buster to plow me a little ditch out here on the end. Don't want it deep, just enough to channel the water from these rows as it runs down, because it's got a grade that runs down this direction. And as it does, when I want it to go in this ditch and all the way up through here, all this water to go in this ditch down through here and drain on out, rather than run across the garden. And it wouldn't be so bad if it's hot summertime and you needed some rain, but right now I don't need any rain. It's we got too much at the present. If it's dry enough here, I'm going to try to cultivate and side dress the corn here in a little bit, but we'll get going on this first. Now today we're going to use the Massey Ferguson 135 tractor again. This is a gasoline tractor. I have completely overhauled the engine, put a new crankshaft in it, and overhauled the engine, and overhauled the hydraulics in this thing. So it works pretty good. It looks old and it looks rough, but it's about like new on the inside. It really works good. Need some new rear tires. They're getting old. Got some dry rot in them, but we'll see. But on the back of this Massey Ferguson, I have what I call a middle buster. Now, it runs right down behind the back of the tractor, right down. You center it up on the tractor, and as you plow along, the wings here will throw the dirt in both directions, this way and that way, the way that hump is made. And so it throws in both directions. So I will take and plow me a ditch, throw the dirt in both directions, and then I'll have to give it a shovel or a hoe and put the dirt where I want it. But this will at least get the ditch open for me. So we're going to give it a round, see how it goes. Okay, we're going to try it starting about right here. We'll see how it does. That's more ditch than I wanted, so I need to get the shovel now and start trying to fix this like I want it. Cause that's too deep of a ditch in places, but I needed to make sure it had good fall. Let me go get the shovel and we'll get busy.
Well, that corn's coming up. Corn's coming up real good. Tater's still looking good. Grass is taking over too. Got 2 rows we didn't get planted, got sick. Didn't get anything in there. Sunflower's doing pretty good.
Here's a helpmate that good Lord provided for me. Here we are trying to dig this ditch so that water drain out, and Jesse's out here operating that backhoe right there. She's a helpmate that won't quit. Best thing that ever happened to me. Saved my life, she did. Okay, got our ditch cleaned out, got it all laid down, plowed out, got the shovel out, kind of laid it to you so the water hopefully will drain out of this. I put some little ditches here so the water will drain out of the end of the rows. But if it comes down to the point it gets too dry, well, I can always cover them, fill them in so it'll hold water again. But right now it's too wet. We got her done. Got it did. Been talking about doing this for a long time. I finally got it.
Well, there's plenty standing there.
And you can see the little ditch in there that I have, the little end of these taters, that water is just running right on down, making water pretty good. In fact, I'm kind of surprised at my little water ditch I've cut in here. It's all done draining pretty good, but I still got some spots out in the garden that's holding water, so I need to get in there and fix this where it'll drain on out a little bit. And it's wanting to be able to do nothing with that but good old physical labor with the hoe. Hold that down so it'll run that water on out of there. But I mean, this is good for the garden, I guess, to some extent, but a little bit too much water, I think. Alright, we're gonna get busy. It's been 2 days, And we got a 1.28 the first day and 1.6 last night. And it's a pretty good rain. I mean, the garden, the corn here was dry. It's really wet. It's not good for it. Need some rain, but don't need that much. But we did a little hoeing, did a little digging. We'll see how this holds up. See if this will get the job done. Bye.